Welcome to another edition of GW Unspoken, where we discuss stuff we don't typically talk about but probably should. We're talking about the power of consistency of movement. Season 7, Episode 4, we're halfway through the season of movement here. Today, let's talk about why it's important that movement lasts, and consistency is so important over perfection. You know, you ever notice how people start off the New Year's fitness goals and then they quit by February? Well, here's the secret they're missing. Consistency beats intensity every single time, and today we're exploring how to stick with movement for the long haul, even when Netflix is calling louder than your sneakers. So, you know, consistency is the backbone of every success story. Every single one. You can hear so many people's journeys, athletes' journey, recovery journeys. It's about consistency. And whether you want to feel stronger, sleep better, or just stop groaning when you bend down to tie your shoes, small, regular steps are the key. So look, we've all had those days. We've had them where the couch feels like a black hole pulling us in. Life is busy, motivation fades. You know, you leave exercise to the last part of the day, and you know if anything's going to, sacrifice, it's going to be your movement. And next thing you know, your workout gear is just sitting there and it's gathering dust. And most people give up because they aim too high too soon. Well, here's a spoiler alert. You don't need to climb Everest to see results. People think they need to be perfect, but perfect is the enemy of progress. And I love that little saying. Perfection is the enemy of progression. Consistency is it's not about doing it all, right? It's about doing something, just something regularly. And that can be a mental trap for us. We've got to just do something regularly, all right? So what are the benefits of consistency? I mean, there's a few. How about we start with the physical ones? You know, we know that regular physical activity builds strength, it builds endurance and flexibility over time. Like even over 15 minutes a day adds up to almost 2 hours a week. Have you thought about that? At the moment, we're running two little cattle dogs here. They're absolutely crazy. Love them to bits, but they are nuts in a small block of land here. So I'll do 20-minute exercise a day with them. We'll run them. Wednesday is the walk day, and it's a bit of a cheat day, but we sort of walked the dogs, and it's a 40-minute workout, not a 20-minute workout. But it's recovery for myself, but also gives the dogs to run around and annoy me by picking up sticks and empty Macca's containers on the side of the road just to be annoying. But it all adds up. It all adds up, and it gives my body a break. All right. How about mentally? All right. Consistency creates momentum. You know, once you start, your brain loves momentum. Your brain loves routine. It loves habit. You know, and then it'll actually start craving the feel-good endorphins. You know, I want to go back a little bit here. You think about how our society's changed a lot. And yes, I'm going to get on the technology train again here, the anti-technology train. We talk about improving our dopamine, improving our excitement to do things, and the endorphins we get when the serotonin hits the dopamine level where you feel good after you've achieved something. Well, this is a problem. This is why a lot of us are getting overweight, and sedentary behavior is a real killer, silent killer. It's because a lot of us are just looking for the instant gratification. You know, if I could sit down now and watch a exciting movie or play a video game, I'm going to sit there and sit and not move and get excited because that dopamine's going to give me that rush. All right, but I know physically it's not going to be good for me, but it's instantaneous. I can get that within 2 minutes of a game, maybe less. I can probably have that with a sugary lolly. But if I want to feel the endorphins that come from finishing exercise, that's hard work. The exercise is hard work. I have to get off my butt, put my shoes on, battle the heat, battle whatever, my mindset, battle my lack of fitness. It's hard. It's actually physically taxing to train. But at the end, those feel-good hormones will come through, but I have to go through the pain to get to that. You know, and I think this instant gratification, the world of instant gratification is killing us in that way. So your brain loves routine. Can we get ourselves into a routine of exercise knowing that it's also going to physically be good for us and probably make us better with our clarity and our mindset, but also the way we deal with people because we're going to feel better rather than be confused or angry or frustrated once before we get off a game. You know, and emotionally, I guess you're going to feel proud of yourself too for showing up even on those hard days. You know, self-trust spills over into other areas of your life as well. So you'll actually tick off those wins. So how do we build that habit? You know, make it easy. Put your workout shoes by the door or schedule movement into your calendar. I was talking to some people the other day, like some of the kids are saying, I had to start moving, sir, because I know I need to, but I can't get the motivation. And I think I talked about this before, but went to a seminar with Michelle Bridges off Biggest Loser. And I remember she said she just puts her clothes right beside her bed the night before. So even shoes, socks, underwear, whatever it might be, training gear. And when she wakes up, when the alarm goes off, and she goes to push the snooze button, goes, when we make excuses, I don't feel like it, or my body's saying I'm tired. That's a sign I need to have more sleep. All these excuses go to our brain because our brain looks for ways to actually, conserve itself and conserve energy. She'll look at that and go, and eventually the guilt will make her get up. And so that's what she's done. She's made that little thing where she feels guilty if she doesn't get up. All right. And once she gets going after the first couple of minutes, she said she's fine, she's into it. But those first 5 minutes getting ready is the worst. So have it ready. Put it in your calendar, schedule it. Don't make it the last thing of your day where you go, if I get time, because you know what'll happen then. Some people need to start ridiculously small. So you're going to run a marathon eventually or swim, 5K, 2Ks. Start by walking or swimming really small. If you're going to be a runner, walk around the block. Build up from there. Some people go, I'm going to get the next light pole. I'm going to get the next light pole. And when you get to that light pole, test yourself. I'm going to get the next one. And then reward yourself, Celebrate the consistency, not perfection. Even if it's just a gold star on your calendar, it works. Just reward yourself because we're emotional beings. You have an emotional response to a goal. It's going to make you want to do that again. It's like sometimes we see teachers and self-entropy, just all we do is bag and say, no, or stop. Change it around. Celebrate consistency. Celebrate that people aren't perfectionists. We're not. As adults, we're not. So turn it around. Be positive towards people. People will look for that. They'll crave that. I once set a goal to do yoga every morning at 6 a.m. Guess what happened? I ended up doing the corpse pose in bed. Like it just didn't work. It didn't work. It wasn't for me. That wasn't for me. So again, I started doing those rolling, all those stretching at night when the kids are in bed. When I had like 20 minutes just to decompress for the day. So have some consistency. How are you going out there? When I'm talking to you, this is for you because I've got my own battles in my life to keep that consistency happening. But how are you going with yours? If you actually sat there now or wherever you are now, ironically, you might actually be exercising, but if you actually listen to this and thinking, okay, how's this really affecting me? What's in it for me? Because we want these podcasts to be about you. How are you going with it? Are you getting consistency there? Are you going back to the last episode? Are you overtraining? Are you not being able to get off the couch? Like, here's some little tips and tricks, How about you create a movement ritual you look forward to? Like, have a stretch while you're having your morning coffee. It sounds crazy, right? It sounds crazy, but small little things can trick our minds. Can you find an accountability buddy who'll check in and remind you, why you started? Like, my mother likes training with somebody in the early parts of the morning, 4:30, 4:45. She starts walking because she likes that accountability. It makes them both, buy into each other and say we must have to turn up for each other. What about even just a check-in with a text or a phone call? I know a mate who helped me set up the business. He did that with a mate when they were doing a challenge. Text, write what you're doing for breakfast, write what you're doing for the day for training. Tell me in the afternoon he did your second workout. Everything. That accountability sometimes works. And how about you forgive yourself if you miss a day? We're often very easy to pick on ourselves when we try something new. Oh, I failed again. I knew this wouldn't work for me. I knew I couldn't handle it. I knew I wouldn't be able to keep going. Forget that. Everyone can miss a day. We all stuff up. All right? Just pick yourself up where you left off and keep going. Remember, consistency isn't about just doing it perfectly. It's about doing enough that, maybe one day your dog starts stretching when they think because it's a new game for them. Try and have some fun with it. Try and move. Don't be angry at yourself. Just keep trying to keep moving forward. Keep consistency happening. So here's some ideas for your journal. What's one small consistent movement goal you could set for this week? Write it down. Remember, goals only work. You talk about Alan Pease, on the best goal setter ever. When he talked about things about communication and that kind of stuff. But he just also said writing goals down can help. Keith Abrahams was massive around that. Google Keith Abrahams, just a freak. He talks about goal setting all the time. He's really big on that emotional response. When you do something, reward yourself. So what's one small consistent movement goal you can set for the week? And number two, in talking about that, what's the reward you can give yourself for sticking to that movement routine? Try not to say, something junk food, but what's the reward you can do? Reward yourself. Number three, who could you ask to be your accountability partner? And how will they help you stay consistent? Can they be the right person to be your mentor or just be there for you to say, well done, champion, legend, good work, thumbs up, emoji, whatever it might be. But I think it's really important that, consistency is the key. Don't be hard on yourself, have accountability and reward those wins. Thank you for joining us on GW Unspoken.